Make a prediction based on the experimental probability. A bowler knocks down at least 6 pins 70% of the time out of 200 rolls. How many times can you predict the bowler will knock down at least 6 pins? Well, we have a percent. So that's a percent out of 100. And we want to know about 200 rolls. Well, 100 times 2 gives me 200. So 70 times 2 gives me 140 times. A tennis player hits a serve that cannot be returned 45% of the time. Out of 300 serves, how many can you predict will not be returned? So that's still 45 out of 100 because it's a percentage. And then we have x out of 300. Well, 100 times 3 gives me 300, so 45 times 3 gives me 135 serves. West Palm Beach, Florida gets rain about 16% of the time. On how many days out of 400 can residents of West Palm Beach predict they will get rain? So that is 15 out of 100, and we want to know about 400. Well, easy peasy again, times 4. So 15 times 4 gives me 60 days. Rob notices that 6% of the people leaving the supermarket choose plastic bags instead of paper bags. Out of 600 people, how many can Rob predict will carry a plastic bag? So we've got 55 out of 100, and we want to know about 600. Well, that gives me a times 6. 50 times 6, 55 times 6, will give me 330 people. A baseball player reaches base 35% of the time. How many times can he be expected to reach base in 850 at-bats? 35 out of 100, and we want to know about 850 at-bats. Well, this time we are going to have to find our cross products. When I multiply this, I get 25,500. Now we've got to divide by the coefficient of 100, which they make easy here. So it will be 255 times that he will reach base. Frederica can make 65% of her shots. From the free throw line. If she shoots 75 times, how many shots can she be expected to make? Cross products, I get 100x equals 4,875. We're going to divide by our coefficient of 100, and then we'll get 48.75. So she will get 48 or 49 free throws. So this one is going to have several more steps. In a current events class, the professor predicts that at least 78% of students prefer getting their news from a digital source rather than a print source. He polled 3 classes. The results are shown in the table below. In which class or classes did his prediction hold true? Explain. But we're going to explain mathematically. Class 1, 20 people out of 25 preferred digital. We want to know about a percentage. So since we want to know the percent, it's out of 100. Well, 25 times 4 gives me 100, and 20 times 4 gives me 80. So class 1 is 80%. This is 1. Class 2, we have 14 out of 24. So the x over 100, cross multiply, I get 1,400. And I'm going to divide that by 24, so x gives me approximately 70%. So class 2 is 70%. Class 3, we have 30 out of 37, x and 100. Cross products again, we get 3,000. And we're going to divide that by 37, and that gives us approximately 81%. The professor predicted at least 78%. That means 78% or more. So that means he was right for class 1 and class 3. Well, there'll be classes 1 and 3. And we can explain this because both have greater than 78%.